Hi, everyone. Happy Wednesday. It's actually Tuesday, isn't it? Today, I want to talk with you about manifesting in your private practice, but perhaps not in the way you think. But just before we begin, let me say that manifesting is something that we're all doing all the time. You just might not be consciously aware that you're doing it. Manifesting is your ability to set an intention, take an action that's really aligned with that intention, believe that what you're doing is actually possible, and then trusting in the process, just trusting that things are going to work. That's manifesting. When you're in private practice, what I want you to be aware of is the things that you're experiencing in your private practice are a direct result of the past thoughts, feelings, intentions, and actions that you are having. Okay. So, what does this actually mean in practical terms? Well, if you're having a particular difficulty in your private practice, it really means how we have to ask ourselves, how did I contribute to this happening? What was I thinking that may have caused this to happen? What was I doing that may have caused this to happen? How was I feeling that could have caused this to happen? And what was my intention? And how could that have caused this to happen? So it's by taking a step back, looking at those four areas, finding the one area perhaps, or all of those areas that caused that thing to happen. And when we do that, what we're doing is we're taking responsibility for things that are occurring in the private practice, for things that are occurring in the business, and we're empowering ourselves to create change. And what that change looks like is being really intentional moving forward. So if you are advertising your practice on Psychology Today and you're not getting any referrals from it, I want you to think about your past thoughts, feelings, actions, intentions, and behaviors around your Psychology Today profile. So if you didn't believe that the Psychology Today profile was going to get you any work, then that belief could have likely had an impact on the way that you wrote your profile. How would you write your profile differently if you 100% believed that it's possible for you to get your dreamiest client connecting with you as a result of having a Psychology Today profile? If you're not seeing clients and you've got a Psychology Today profile, for example, what was your intention with the profile? Was your intention to attract clients, or was your intention to show clients how amazing you are? And is your profile all about you instead of being all about them? And how could you write that profile differently moving forward? If we have that same situation, we've got a, private practice and you're not getting any referrals and you're, doing some things and maybe not doing other things, have a look at those past behaviors. What was I doing or what was I not doing that has contributed to me being in this position now? Was I spreading myself too thin, being on all the social media platforms? And how did that spreading myself too thin lead or contribute to me not getting referrals? How did my beliefs about being on social media contribute to me not getting referrals? How did my intention or lack of intention creating social media posts lead to this situation I'm in now where I don't have referrals? So this is manifesting. And, it's not about spells and crystals and all those sorts of things at all. Manifesting is about being very intentional with your day, being very intentional with the way that you're going to think, with what you believe, with what you know to be true, with your alignment to your values. In a way, it's kind of similar to goal setting, but we wouldn't stop acting and doing things if we were trying to achieve a goal. The difference with manifesting is we do some things and then we say, right, we've done what we can. I'm going to leave it in the hands of the universe, leave it in the hands of the gods, and just see what happens. And, we're just going to trust that. So that's the difference. And I want you just to be really, really mindful and really aware of the intentions that you set for different things that you need to do in your private practice, whether it's managing your money, like if the money's not coming to you, I want you to really think about how you manifested this situation of money not coming to you. What is your money story? What's your story about fees? What's your story about cancellations? What's your story about debt collection? What's your story about, rates and rebates and all that sort of stuff? Like, how are your beliefs manifesting in this lack of money? How your behaviors manifesting in a lack of money? So have you taken the action or the behavior of creating a cancellation policy? Have you then acted on it? Have you then followed it through? Have you taken the action of putting some boundaries around sessions and saying to people, listen, you can't have any more sessions until these 2 last accounts that are outstanding are paid, or we made some arrangement? Like, think about that. How do you feel about the money? If you feel uncomfortable accepting money, how is that feeling of being uncomfortable accepting money impacting or manifesting in you not accepting money? And what do you need to do about it? So this is manifesting. This is what it looks like. It's not magic. It's not woo-woo. It's very similar in some ways to some techniques that we use in psychology. In fact, if you dive very deeply into manifesting, you can see parallels and overlaps very clearly with even things like evidence-based therapies. Okay, and here I'm talking about even things like cognitive behavior therapy, where you look at the beliefs, you look at the thoughts, you look at the actions, you want to change something, you look at the desired outcome that you want. So there are definitely some overlaps and some crossovers, and then things kind of deviate. But have a think for yourself how satisfied you are with your private practice. Do a mini assessment, look at what you're happy with and what you're not happy with. And then I want you to, ask yourself, how did I manifest this? What was I thinking, feeling, doing, and what intentions was I having or not with those things that led to this experience that I'm having now in my business? So I hope that this gets you thinking in a different way about the business and about the practice, because sometimes it helps to have a different angle or a different lens or a different viewpoint, because even if you don't agree with it, sometimes it might help you get inspiration or have an idea about something that might actually feel better. So I hope that this was really helpful. Thank you so much for watching it. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.